Okay. Are we sleep deprived, emotionally screwed up, or are we actually absolutely pissed off because of what's been allowed these days? It's 1:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is the 8th of May, 2023, Monday. The Weaver Agency of Rosamond, California, being pissed off as hell today. No, there's nothing concerning about the diary degree with name John Weaver. Just basically put a little angst at this point over here, but this is going to be, I have to keep it nice and polite because I don't like to get myself yanked off of Facebook or even social media for the stuff I'm about to go go about on a tirade. But tirade I shall. Yesterday, right after the shooting, and there have been more discussions concerning about that lunatic who shot up a mall. And then let's see, what was it yesterday we had in Brownsville? In Texasville. We had a guy running over people left and right. Of course, he didn't obey the stop sign. Plowed right through it. Tumbled his car around while hitting people and killing people left and right. Got out and ran, and then people surrounding him got him contained to where the cops could get him. There are people who are still researching why this Texas gunman in Allen, Texas, the one I did a video on, what was his major malfunction? From what the corporate media has been saying at this point over here, and unfortunately I'm going to have to start believing some of this stuff, because after what I've been listening to for some of the other theoretical congressmen that represents the great state of Texas, apparently this gunman has an attitude problem. No, I'm sorry, he's got a mental health problem. That's why the Army let him go. Did he actually get through the Army basic training, or did they wash him out? Because he had to go to a security school to get gun training, which tells me something that he was already mentally unstable going through basic training. When they found out about it, they probably washed his ass out. My own theory and my own observations at this point. But I don't know where the hell he got this damn hatred from, but he had it with him. And therefore he did shooting. Now, from what people have been researching, including law enforcement, this guy's got a history of racial tendencies, not to mention hating people left and right. Doesn't matter who and what they are. Male, female, religion, sex. Doesn't matter. Even kids get nailed. And he takes the AR-15 and starts shooting people left and right. In a state that allows guns. Now, what did I say before in some of my other videos? A little pissed off about it, and I still got to edit those damn things. We want guns. Apparently, Texas is so enamored with the firearms that they won't even consider the fact that their own love affair is killing people left and right. Self-protection, okay, fine. A nice plausible argument of if you want to use your gun to shoot people for the fun of it, or does it give you the right to get an AR-15 and go out to a mall and shoot people left and right? Or go to a school and shoot them left and right? Or go to a church and shoot them left and right? And where's your justification for that? They were going to hurt you one way or another? You go to the place to shoot. And you cause bloodshed, and you cause mayhem. But they had caused problems with you. You searched out that place, and then you, because they were going to hurt you. And then what I hear is, all right, well, it's still mental health illness at this point over here. Well, if I'm hearing it from the politicians correctly, did Texas or did Texas not do this? Take away budgets concerning about mental health facilities and treatment. They just caused their own major meltdown here, their own major malfunctions. They're basically causing their own damn demise. I don't care. They do not care. And because they don't care, they're causing their own. And they're blaming it on the mental health. I think the people in Texas need mental health services royally at this point if they're going to think that guns are going to be the saving grace that keeps creating more body bags. How dare I? Well, let's just say, after seeing all these damn people trying to kill each other left and right, yeah, you damn straight I got a problem with this. Because Texas is not the only damn place. Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, California. California, we thought we had one of the strongest structured gun restrictions out in the state, but apparently not. Drive over state of California with your gun or get it somehow and then start shooting people left and right. Of course, we're a libtard. We're a libturd state. We're supposed to be liberal-minded. Yeah, we do got people over here who love their guns. A long time ago, I ran into some veterans. No longer around. But they had automatics. They had semi-automatics. Not with them, but they were chattering up a big deal about it. Because to them, guns are just tools. If used as a tool for modern warfare against somebody crossing over into our country to do some dastardly dastardies, that's one thing. But to shoot your own people? Shoot your own people. You go to a mall and kill people. You go to an office, kill people. You go to a church and kill people. Of course, I'm going to hear this. No. You can't deny that good people having the guns. Define good these days, because we've all lost it. We've all lost it. We have no clue what good is anymore. We keep pointing the finger. Well, we don't have enough God. We don't have enough God. We don't have enough God. We must. Having enough faith is one thing, but faith without works is dead. You guys are zombies. You don't do shit. You don't want shit. You want bloody silver pieces in your pocket. You're all Judases as far as I'm concerned. You're going to keep saying that it's not the gun's fault, it's the owner. Take away the damn tools, or limited tools, and we won't have the bloodshed as much. Unfortunately, yeah, we got ghost guns out there. We got 3D printers that can actually make the damn guns, even an AR-15 if necessary, if they got the plans for the damn thing. From a handgun to a rifle to a shotgun. How about that one? Give enough material, you can create your own damn ghost gun. How about that one? See, we can say all the stuff we want on the press and social media all the time. We're not done yet with the blood. We're not done yet. We will never be done yet with the blood. We want more blood. Let's face it. We are one bloody, sadistic country with guns on our minds instead of God. If we're so in faith with God, why do we need the damn guns? To protect ourselves from the other person. We must have more guns. I know the logic. Christ would appreciate this. Christ. Oh, Lord. Alrighty. I'm doing a Google search. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'm sick and tired of this damn crap, I swear. Matthew 26, verse 52. Then said Jesus unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. That was the King James version of it. The latest version for the Bible interpretation would say, "Then Jesus said to him, 'Put your sword back in its place, for all those who habitually draw the sword will die by the sword.'" Do we not understand something here? That thing kept sticking back in my head all the damn time. You're going to use a damn gun all the damn time. You're going to be killed by the damn gun. You think the gun is going to be protecting you from everything else? Then what the hell happens when you have to come to the judgment day at this point over here? And then how the hell are you going to be able to justify your actions? Point blame to everybody else? God wants us to be true to each other, be faithful to each other, be a neighbor to each other. But the problem is we can't be a neighbor to each other because we're not a neighbor to each other. We're basically making the neighbor into Swiss cheese, into a bloody mess. Because we're afraid of our neighbor. And the neighbor looks terrifying to us, therefore we have to use the sword again. We use the Bible for moral decisions to help guide us one way or another. But if we're going to be so sanctimonious about the damn Bible, we're going to be quoting Bible verses and think we know everything about the damn thing. Oh, good Lord, man, are we screwed up. You give them the eyes, but they don't see. You give them the ears, they don't listen. You give them a mouth, and they spat off bullshit. We are worse than the three monkeys. We blame the other persons, but we still have to take accountability, transparency, and responsibility for it. Yeah, I'll probably say that to the victims as well, because every one of us who doesn't protect each other from the damn sword, we're just as guilty, one way or another. But it is not my hand that'll be the judgment. The hand's already been dealt with already. I'm just stating reactions at this point over here, and I'm trying to tell those self-righteous assholes called representatives of our Congress who are and in states, in each state, who is hell-bent on using a damn gun as a righteous tool of God. If they call themselves Christian, I'm going to hold them accountable to Matthew. Matthew 26, verse 52. Look the damn thing up. Why don't I post this? Oh, Chris says. Now, if you want to see where the hell I got this from, BibleGateway.com. Read. Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Screenshot it. You know? Your computers and your phones can actually screenshot things so you can keep that information available. Now, you're probably going to be asking me a question. Well, what about you, you hypocritical bastard? Am I hypocritical? Do I actually have a gun? Yeah, I have toy guns that are in a box without batteries and hidden. Being a science fiction nut job, I am not showing that shit out to anybody these days. I collected them for the fun of it, but with our attitude towards weapons right now as it is, it's bad enough. I'm seeing guns anywhere and everywhere. It's bad enough I got kids outside playing with toy guns. They got this AR-15 that looks realistic and it sounds like it's a toy, but at nighttime or even during the daytime, it still looks like a weapon that people can actually point a gun at, and there goes the kid. Kid doesn't know any better. The adults should, but the adults don't give a shit. And from what I understand, nobody else will. Do I understand about the culture of guns that we've had in our country? Do I understand about the need for weapons that we've had in our lifetime as human beings? I'm not talking about the individual. I'm talking about in general. All the way probably out to the Neanderthal. We had to have something to protect ourselves. We had to have something to hunt with. We were in that situations. We were in those kind of situations. You're going to be an invading army. You need to have the weaponry. You need to have the shields. You need to have the armor, but you needed to have the swords. So you go out and hack, hack, hack. Of course, you invented gunpowder and cannons and flintlocks. Of course, we upgrade those to a Gatling gun. We upgrade them to shotguns and Remington rifles, and then pistols. Of course, we get them a lot better because we put them on vehicles that roll around and fire the damn guns with a lot more bullets, a lot more firing rate. Well, different calibers left and right to do major damage, from small wounds to large wounds. Of course, we do that. We use those kind of guns to secure areas while we're fighting in battles and war. In our homeland, we did this to ourselves. We had used Gatling guns, we had used cannons, we had used flintlocks, we'd used rifles. And we used them against ourselves, trying to secure more land of the new territory. And it's no wonder that we also had problems with the Native Americans, actually, the indigenous. Excuse me. Because the indigenous had to fight back. They wanted their rights because this was their damn land. That manifest destiny was killing them left and right with. Besides an ideal, we killed them with bacteria, European viruses, not to mention we killed them with cold steel and hot lead. And we trap them, put them in cages. But for the rest of us, hell, we didn't like it. We just pull out our revolvers and say, okay, he's dead. No, it's not bloody enough. Take a shotgun. Boom! I like a long distance. Take the rifle. Boom! Not bloody enough. Let's do a cannon. Blow their guts apart. Boom! Are we going to be doing those now? In our streets, in our neighborhoods, in our churches, in our synagogues, places we worship, places we go out to eat, places we go to shop, schools even? No. We mustn't stop the bloodshed. We mustn't stop this at all. We loathe the feeling of killing and destroying and murdering masses left and right. We're normal. It's the other guys who are talking about getting rid of the guns that are insane at this point over here. Screw mental illness. We see the mental illness people at this point over here is like, hi, brother, how you doing? We see the normal people saying, oh, no, you don't. Don't you know your guns are killing them? Okay. Which weapon do I use now on you? You think this is a joke? This is what we're looking at here. We got the politicians saying, oh, they don't believe in God Almighty. And they are godless. They will be struck down because God is great. God is everything. We must. We have the same idiots trying to force God down people's throats who don't believe in a certain type of faith or of any of faith or believe in God, period. No, they should be struck down because we of the worthy of God will kill them. Let us tattoo our bodies Let us tattoo our arms. Let us tattoo our faces. We must show how much we love God. While we take out our cold steels and while we take out our hot leads, and then we start demonstrating it all over the damn place while collecting bloody silver coins from those people who actually make the weapons we need. And now let's have an advertisement for that, shall we? Dearly beloved, we know that these are troubling times at this point over here. And we know that you have such fears and concerns concerning about the godless and heathens out there. Take heed to this one, brother Christians of the Christian nation at this point over here, the Proud Boys and every other hate group out there. We of the weaponry industry here will be your back. In fact, we got the latest, greatest firearms over here. And over here we have the latest and greatest rocket launchers. Just for those kind of occasions where you're in the street and you don't like that person and you actually have a law hanging behind your jacket and then you can take it out and make your point. Whether that's too subtle for you, then we got your typical AR-15s. We got your M60s at this point over here. We got your Uzis. We got your MAC-10s. Fully armed and guaranteed for 30 days. If you haven't caused enough carnage at this point over here, bring the guns back and we'll give you more. We'll give you an updated version with more rounds to do more bloodshed. Just make sure that you keep sending us all the money that we can, because in order to make this work, we need to have your politicians. We really need to have your politicians backing us at this point. Yeah, you and your Texans out there will have a grand time, and everybody else will have a grand time shooting and killing people left and right. But remember, we need more prayers for the victims. And now, back to the program. Okay. I can make such a comic situation at this point over here, but it's scary as hell when I start getting into this kind of shit. And I'm saying that if we're going to have advertisements coming up on radio and on video because of this shit, then I really know we've gone over the hill. And while we're going over the hill, we just take our guns and start making bloody bananas out of everybody. Screw the Swiss cheese. We'll turn them into bloody bags of nothing. And if there is a bottom over there, we're going to make sure that there's going to be blood, there's going to be guts, there's going to be bones all over the place, shocked faces left and right. And then we're going to say how gracious we are under God's protection and under Lord Jesus for doing this kind of shit, because we of the faithful did this to each other, to our brothers. We upheld what Christ was telling us. We loved our neighbors. We loved them to the point that we murdered every single one of them, because we were told that we had brain dead illnesses going on, and we took away the money from the illness. From those who are suffering through this stuff, we celebrated it by shutting down all the shrinks and hospitals out there and the funding for them. We had programs to help people. Well, screw that. They're going to be helped, all right? They're going to be helped down to the bit and be part of the bloody mess that we're creating right now. So how's that grab you? It's one thing when I could play some of these video games I had a long time ago. You know, when they came out with the arcades in the 80s and the 90s, you had that home. And you can do slaughter like crazy, but you had to keep it in mind in your head that it's just zeros and ones and not the real thing. And then when we really took off with the bloody messes, I had to keep asking myself, is all this damn shit worth it or not? We seen a lot of shows, a lot of movies. And the thing is, what focused more on was the damn weapons we kept recreating. and recycling left and right to do the damn job. We wanted conflict, we wanted tension, we wanted shit going on. Yeah, we wanted to make good guys look good while nailing the bad guys with the weapons. We wanted to live up to our Western values. We wanted to show that Gene Autry and Roy Rogers and every other cowboy hero we grew up with were extolling the virtues of what it was to be a good person while shooting people left and right, making them a bloody mess. Oh, we didn't have a choice. There was always a choice. There was always a choice. But we rooted for the gun. We didn't root for the hero. We rooted for the weapon. We've gotten to the point where we celebrated that we have holidays that we use it. A Mexican celebration, and what do I hear? People throwing up lead particles again. We have a new year coming up in several months. Where are we going to see? More explosions in the sky is one thing, and lead particles going up and then going down and hitting and killing people left and right. July 4th, just as bad, if not worse. Because July 4th, a long time ago when we didn't have the fireworks, we tried to make our own damn fireworks, but we also shot lead particles up in the air. We didn't just blow off blank cartridges. No, we threw up the lead, and then they came down somewhere and hitting people left and right. We also started spouting off all the vitriol that we didn't like about anybody and used it for an excuse for target practice. Our legacies to haunt us to the day we die and then beyond that. So when Judgment Day comes and we're going to be held up in front of the panels, the high courts, how are we going to be able to find justification? How are we going to be able to justify our actions to satisfy our entry into heaven? How are we going to be justifying it with ourselves that we didn't do everything we could and did to stop this shit? It said, faith without works is dead. If they're so hell-bent on trying to keep their spirits pure, I'll keep it pure in blood. But that is not the entry into heaven. God has taken the lowliest at times, even the downtrodden, the alcoholics, and tried to make something out of them when he could. He believes in man's potentials. He also believes in the potential of our spirits. But our willingness to kill people in any way, shape, or form, self-defense may be one thing, but it's said that once you take a life, you take part of your soul out. And if you keep following the blood money all the damn time, you're selling it off piece by piece. Even the ones who are out in Texas who keeps going online and talking to the media all the time. They're too enslaved to blood money and to guns. And they'll keep at it because that's who and what they are. And they'll keep the future generations going in blood. How does this make me? Sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach.